Hello there, my name is Retro. I used to review cartoon series, anime series, so what's up in Computer Random, and today we'll talk about Dodo Season 1. This is kinda original HBO Max series, but it's not. It's one of those that HBO Max doesn't own it, or Cartoon Network own this show. It's specifically owned by Sky Productions, if I'm correct. They own the show. I'm 100% sure HBO Max got a good deal buying this program from them, because this show is basically 100% British. It's 100 the lingo, the how they talk, where they go, and their life they have. Yeah, I can see why they were not really sure how to promote it, because it's so deadpan, the best way to describe it, because it's something that you easily like it or hate it, depends if you watch the first episode. But if you want to know is any good, I want to say yes, it is really good. It's one of those, it's sort of I'm trying to survive middle school type of show, and it really works. It really delivers. Of course, the animation could be sort of let down, because Dodo animation is not the best, but it's not the focus. The focus of the show is the comedy, specifically the dry comedy, and you live this main character called Joe, who goes to middle school. He's trying to navigate all the social incidents or problems in his life. But I love it. It's just so dry and funny and very relatable. It's one of those, like, I have so many flashbacks doing the same thing that Joe did, and that's sort of hard to do, because when you do sort of slice of life high school, how you had to go the first time to school, trying not to stand out, trying to finish your homework, but you being too lazy, you have your best friends, and you sort of use social ways to talk to people, those kind of things they actually dive in, but at the same time they over exaggerate just a bit to understand Joe is sort of panicking. But once more, I think this really sells. You have like the point of view of Joe and the narration of Joe, and the narration is his older self. And I think he was thinking of the moment. I think one of the big examples is how can you help someone if they don't need help, or how to approach that to help this other person. You just don't know, you just walk away. And that is interesting, because you really get into Joe, you understand, but it also fall into other things that maybe Americans are not very okay with. Especially this is a kids show, because they do a lot of sexual innuendos. They do talk about sex education, but never show you things. It's more the reaction. They also show the phrasing they do in British culture, like they hit my man part, they say they hit my bits, or I say my bros, they say my lads. And that's the thing that kind of throws you up a little bit, because you're trying to keep up, okay, what the phrase and what they trying to specifically say about this person, and you just get it, like, oh, okay, it takes a second, but you will get it. And I think that's maybe a couple of reasons why they really didn't want to promote it that much, because they don't know how people will react. Especially they go to sex ed sort of territory. But once more, I said it before, they don't show anything, but they do sort of references or lean to it. So I can see why a lot of parents, maybe they don't want to show this show for kids, even they don't show anything or go deep dive. But once more, it's all about the comedy. It's not the focus, it's the comedy. That's the thing they focus the most. Yeah, I think it really delivered, because this show is very relatable. Also, sort of the situation that Joe goes into, like how you get a girlfriend, should I get a girlfriend, or this is just overrated. And that is just interesting to see how Joe panics. He really does panic. In fact, he has sort of a catchphrase, you could say, because he does say one word, or at least two words, every single episode, called "my life is over" or "my social life is dead." You usually have a habit saying it once each episode, but once more, that sort of point that's over exaggeration, but once more, it sort of makes sense like Joe doing that. You have other side characters. Well, they're not really deep, but they do react to things differently as Joe. They do have a personality. I think one of the big examples is Peter, who is the most calm down Joe's friends. He chill. He does different perspectives of the situation Joe does. You also have his other best friend called Frisbo, that he is sort of the most childish one in the group. You also have Lilith, could be Joe's girlfriend, maybe not. He's still working on that. And once more, each character do has a personality, their own point of view, but usually just focus on Joe and his respective. But luckily, every character do has a personality to bounce Joe into. But all of that much what you can say about Dodo, because Dodo is sort of a slice of life high school perspective of Joe, and it's very funny. Of course, I still recommend watch the first episode. Maybe you like it, maybe you're not. Do not watch the trailer, because the trailer doesn't do justice of the show, because the trailer shows a kind of like a clip of the whole show, but it really is not that funny because you miss the contents of the joke. It's sort of the punchline, well, the setup, the joke. You get to see the setup to get the punchline. Yeah, I think that's the reason why the trailer sort of fails. Other than that, I still recommend watching Dodo. This show is really funny. Of course, it depends on you because comedy is very subjective. But other than that, I have one thing to say. Did you see Dodo? Do you like it? Do you don't? You even heard of it because it wasn't really promoted that much? Tell me down below. Let me know. I really got nothing else to say. Just stick for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and have a wonderful day. Bye.